I've been thinking, why do we all love vintage Nitro RCs? Let's be honest, they can be a pain in the backside. Getting all the parts, getting them started, getting them running, maintaining them. So in today's video, I want to take a look at one of my near vintage RCs, which is the HPI MT2. This came to me via eBay, like lots of them do, in a state of disrepair. Many improvisations from the previous owner to try and get it working. But it's taken a significant amount of time, not so much cost, but a significant amount of time to get this in a position where I think it's ready to run. So why don't you come on in, have a look at this. I'll show you the improvisations I've had to make to get it in a state ready to run. And then we'll take it out and see whether it does run, try and get this engine going. And assuming that it does work okay, we'll give it a speed run and we'll see how it handles. And then maybe we can answer that question. Why do we all love vintage Nitro RCs? Okay, let's have a look at this HPI MT2. Let's get this body off. Okay, it's relatively standard underneath with the T15 engine in. It's got the rotating carb, which is standard fuel tank. It's missing the radio cover. Not been able to get hold of one of those, or a separate one. I have got one on a different HPI vehicle, but where I really found the challenge and had to create some improvisations was around the throttle linkage. I'll maybe turn that around and you might be able to see that a bit better. Okay, so what we have is a rotating carb on these HPIs, and usually you have, and I'll flash a pickup from the manual to show the way the servo horns are configured to provide the rotation of the carb and the ability to apply the brake. Well, for those who have used those before, particularly on the earlier MT2s, they're really, I find them anyway, really challenging to set up and be consistent. So I've had a little bit of improvisation here with a more conventional throttle and brake setup, and I'll just turn it on. No switch at the moment, which is not unusual for me. So hopefully we can see there. So we have full rotation, and then if we apply the brake, we can see that the brake is applied and the rod that is connected to the rotating carb slides across that spring and doesn't cause any further movement of the carb. And I always say that's one of the crucial points to note when you're setting up a rotating carb, any carb, is that when you're applying the brakes, the carb does not close anymore. It doesn't move, because as soon as you encounter some movement in the carb with the brake, that's where you will run into problems with the car stalling, dropping the revs down as the carb closes. Outside of that, other than a good clean, doesn't really look like it at the moment, but it has had a good clean. This is ready to go. So let's take it out and see whether we can get it up and running. Okay, so we're out and it's going to have a go at getting this started. I've preheated the engine back in the garage. Fingers crossed we get it turning over okay. Just make sure there's some fuel. Sounds good. Nearly there. Okay, let's give it a run. Okay, so trim's a little bit out on the steering. Bit better. Wow, that's going pretty well. Right, just see if we can do, let's get it away a bit. Just see if we can tune it a bit. Car's out of the way. Quite noisy. Pretty good though. I'm pretty impressed. Brake seems to be working okay. Wow. Just try and lean it out a bit. Okay, that's just a quarter turn on leaning out. It's quite a lot of smoke still, which is good. Full throttle. Okay, let's try that. Another quarter turn. Full throttle. I think there's it's another quarter. Maybe getting on its limit. Okay, I'm just gonna open it up a little bit. It's just bogged a little bit then. Alright, let's get it started and with the shell back on and see what sort of speed we can get. Okay, so let's see how we get on. Give it a start. I've just come down here. There's people walking their dogs and I don't want to scare them. I'm hoping about 35. Just nice easy, half throttle there. Bit of a bog. Okay, just a little touch on the throttle going down, but we'll go full throttle on the way back. Okay, we've got a good speed run in, but steering arms come off. Let's have a quick look. Okay, stop. And I read. Okay, only 32. A bit disappointing. Okay, decided to put a new glow plug in. See how the other ones was a bit old. See how we get on. Uphill. Huh. Okay, let's go full. A little bit further this time. There we go, peg it. Whoa! Close. Okay, a couple of miles an hour faster. Yes, still a little bit of work to do, but I'm running really well now. Bang goes the GPS. Steering is very twitchy, but that's okay. Wow, what a great first run for the HPI MT2. It was really good to get that engine started. A few teething problems, but eventually got there. Interestingly, that it was the main problem was due to one of the things I thought I'd sorted in the garage, was this carb rotation when you apply the brake, causing it to stall. But it's only when you tend to get these things out running live that you can really resolve these issues and get them set up. You would think it was still running a bit rich towards the end, which I'm okay with that. I've not had it that long. It's just good, you know, it's great to give it a good run out, and perhaps being a bit rich is going to give it plenty of lubrication. May have affected the overall top speed. What was it? Sort of 33 miles an hour. I think even with a little bit more leaning out of that engine, it's not going to creep up much more than 33. To really boost it, if that's what I wanted to do, I'd probably need to put the G3 engine in. But I'm not sure if I really want to do that because I like the way it looks and the way it is running at the moment. But if we sort of go back to my original question about why do we like vintage Nitro RCs, what is it about them? Well, for me, it's it's the sound of nitro, the smell of nitro. You get this high-pitched whine from these miniature engines. You get this visceral feeling with nitro that maybe you don't quite get with electric. And in fact, the ongoing maintenance and tinkering is really part of the enjoyment. Try not to get frustrated by it. That's a different story. But if you see it as a challenge, and then work hard to overcome those challenges, it can give great satisfaction when you eventually get an old nitro buggy up and running. So thanks for joining me in this video. Please stick around, subscribe to the channel, hit any notifications, and I shall see you all in the next one.